Back when the Modern Warfare series first came out, it was essentially a light milsim type game where you got to play as a soldier with some character defining or character developing moments sprinkled throughout. There are some moments in these games that will forever be ingrained in pop culture history, specifically gaming. The mission Shock and Awe, where you have to evacuate your troops from the city before a nuclear blast goes off, when one of the choppers goes down and all the Marines risk their lives just to save this one soldier, just to find out that they were too late to escape the blast radius. And then in the mission after this, Aftermath, you get to walk around in the irradiated wasteland before perishing. Or in the Modern Warfare 2 mission, Second Son, where the Wolverines are completely outnumbered by the Russians, and you think that Captain Price has gone rogue and launched a nuke directly aimed at America, but really he detonates it over the United States, where the Russians are invading in, knocking out all their air support. And then you have this absolutely badass scene with this absolutely badass line from Sergeant Foley.
What the hell are we gonna do now, man? Russians got us outnumbered, shit's falling from the sky, we're screwed, man. We're totally hooped.
Get it, Pip Corporal. Our weapons still work, which means we can still kick some ass, what?
Oh, man, that speech sends shivers up my spine. So quick, yet so potent. And I would be lying if I said that the newer COD games didn't have some good moments in them, even if maybe I thought the last game was maybe a little contrived at times. Check out my Modern Warfare 2 review if you want more information on that. But as of recently, something has been slowly creeping into my mind, which is that the identity that COD has been building up all of this time is kind of being lost to a certain extent. Now, I can't necessarily say because this is before Modern Warfare 3 releases, and I 100% will be doing a review on that game as well, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe so you can check that out when I publish it, because I have pre-ordered it, and I will be trying to get the campaign review out as quickly as possible. That being said, while I was more of a campaign player, most people I know that have enjoyed this series that also enjoyed the campaign also very much enjoy the multiplayer. And the multiplayer had a certain vibe to it as well. It was your typical soldiers battling it out. You unlocked weapons and kill streaks and yada yada yada. And with all that being said, let's look at COD nowadays. There is some good improvements, such as graphics, which, yet again, I don't really necessarily care about the graphics, okay? All I'm trying to say is graphics isn't everything, but if the game looks nice, it looks nice. And the gameplay is obviously good as well. And the story is, okay-ish. I personally liked Modern Warfare 2019. I liked that story better. It seemed a lot more grounded. Modern Warfare 2 was just a little bit too bombastic, there was just too much shit being thrown at you all the time. Oh my god, and just dealing with the freaking enemies that were armor plated. It was just an absolute nightmare. Having to constantly deal with those armor plated guys. They were absolutely ridiculous. And especially on, the hardest difficulty, it's a little tough to ignore them. I digress. Anyways, my point is, there are some benefits like the operators. You can actually pick what your character looks like nowadays. I personally think there is a little too much free choice as to what you got. Let's take a look at some of these, will we? You have a literal boss from Diablo 4 as a playable operator. You got this anime chick right here. You have freaking Homelander and Starlight from The Boys as playable operators. You have this literal, mystical knight thing with a lance or something. Nicki Minaj, 21 Savage, and Snoop Dogg as playable operators. And I'm not even gonna dignify this with a response. And don't even get me started about Lara Croft Well, okay, actually, to tell you the truth, Lara Croft has kind of grown on me a little bit. I mean, I was actually making this exact point a while ago, in one of my other reviews. And you definitely know that COD is going to be COD. Like, they're doing the whole milsim right now. But in the future, they're definitely going to get more bombastic with shit as time goes on. Who knows, maybe down the line they'll release some big-bootied anime chick and you'll see third person's numbers skyrocket. If COD's really going to go all out like this and, just completely sacrifice its identity, at least put in some fan servicey type stuff. And, this is definitely pretty cool. The Spawn skin actually looks pretty badass as well. So does the Ash Williams one from Evil Dead. Now, I don't have an issue with the Alucard skin necessarily, but I do kind of find the way that his face looks just to be a little off-putting. I don't know about you, but I don't know. He just looks really freaking weird with that, that look on his face. I mean, it makes sense. They're translating an anime into live action. They're not going to get the proportions 100% correct because it's stylized, but still, you could at least give him a more neutral looking face. I'm just saying. I know I'm kind of a little contradictory here because I do kind of like the direction that they've gone down, but at the same time, I feel like it's kind of a Pandora's box type situation, or like an Adam and Eve biting the forbidden fruit type of situation. You have really no perception of this stuff until after it happens, and then once it does happen, you just try to make the best with the situation that you have. Let's not even get started with the damn pay-to-win skins and guns, okay? Everybody's like, oh, it's not pay-to-win, it's skill-based. Okay, maybe so, but like when a gun milks your health very quickly and it's super freaking powerful, and then a month later, they're like, oh, shit, we just realized that this is completely broken as and then they nerf the absolute crap out of it. And they're like, oh, sorry, man, today we just had to nerf the crap out of that thing, but hey, look at the store, brand spanking new skin that just got released, and it's got a pretty bitchin' gun on it too. Like, I mean, are you freaking serious, man? I mean, I don't know. Does anyone else see this? Like, maybe I just can't see this correctly, but that's just the way it appears to me. All of the top games are kind of just sort of blending together. Apex Legends, Call of Duty, Fortnite. They're all kind of stealing and taking elements from each other, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. It is good to... Oh, I actually totally forgot about PUBG in there as well. But that just kind of shows how much it kind of fell off the radar after it released. But anyways, while it is good that they're taking elements from each other and they're always improving their strategy and their formula, we do also get these very bare bones, low effort attempts to do things. And of course, these very predatory microtransactions that should not be in the game. And Lord help me for the zombies mode that's going to be coming out in Modern Warfare 3. Like, that's just blowing my mind. Like, I don't even know what to think about that. Like, it could either be really good or like really bad. Like, I'm just warning you now, okay? Like, or it could be kind of like DMZ when it first came out. It was like, all right. And then they started fleshing it out a bit more. And, I mean, it's still kind of all right, but at least there's a lot of shit to do in it now. I mean, like, I kind of took a break around Season 3. And I came back like right now in Season 6, and my God, like everything is completely changed. Like Al Mazrah is almost unrecognizable at times. They put in so much effort and detail into changing the entire map for this holiday season. And you know what? I'm actually kind of excited to see what they do for Christmas. I don't know. I just had to air out my grievances because I've just had this very conflicted nature inside of me for quite some time. Like, I don't want to support or condone this type of behavior, like the microtransaction systems, but sometimes they actually got some cool stuff on there, I will admit. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see in a couple more days when Modern Warfare 3 drops, and we can see once and for all how this stuff is. Until then, but you know, I'm actually kind of curious, you know, what do you guys think about this? I mean, put your opinions down in the comments below, you know. Do you think I'm just like an old head and I'm just kind of like out of the game at this point, and I just like don't understand, you know, how these modern day games are supposed to work, or how they're working nowadays, or maybe, you know, what's best for the company is what's best for the customer type thing? I don't know, because I mean, I'm just saying it does seem like us gamers sometimes we really don't know exactly what we want, especially when it comes to COD. I mean, you know, what was it? I think it was like Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare. It had like all of this like jumping around, you know, like jetpack type system, and then everybody was like, oh shoot, you know, boots on the ground, man. And then they've been boots on the ground ever since then. Everyone's kind of like, hey, you know, we kind of want that fast-paced movement back in now. Or like with slide canceling, everybody hated slide canceling, and now everybody wants it back. So I don't know. Just put in the comments below if you think I'm just an old head that's ranting about the old days and I should just Marty McFly myself back there. Regardless, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It would very much help in the algorithm. And if you like this content and the content that I've produced, consider subscribing. With that being said, I'm Mr.LetsGame. I hope you have a good day. Peace.